Hello, hello, everybody. All right, I'm gonna draw a um, a Norman Rockwell painting that I really, really like. It's about a few boys running away from being caught swimming where they're not supposed to be swimming. Um, I don't know why I like this image. It's just a lot of storytelling in it, and I'm just gonna dive in. Um, Again, this is my what I like to call a warm-up sketch, but it's not really a warm-up sketch. I like to just do something where I'm not doing a lot of thinking. And when I feel inspired by something, I like to put it down on a piece of paper for some reason. It's like uh, it's like an excuse to keep staring at it, I guess, with actually the benefits of taking it in. So I went to I discovered this when I went to the Norman Rockwell Museum not too long ago, like a year ago or so. And I looked at it in the store. You know how like museums have usually a store before you leave the museum, and I saw it. They were offering it like a framed one to buy, and I was like, nah, it's too expensive. I kind of wanted it, and I just was like, I don't know if it's worth it. And as soon as I got back home, um, I regretted it. And at the time, I just lived like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours away from the museum. And I've always done this to myself. Like, I always want something, I talk myself out of it, and then I regret that I denied myself something. Like, why? Why? I work hard, I make enough money to buy something. But in the moment, I feel like anxious to spend money, so I don't, and then I regret it. Um, anyway, I did go back a year or like a few months afterwards, and I pushed myself to buy the piece. It's a print, like it's not the actual piece. And yeah, it wasn't framed this time, and I had to go through all the trouble of framing it myself, and I did not do a good job framing it and all that stuff. But anyway, I'm still working on that very same lesson, which is, dude, if you like something and you can afford it, and you know, and you know you'll, I guess the problem is you won't really know that you'll regret it. But I'm basically trying to live life as if whatever I'm doing, I'm I'm doing it for the last time. Not because I'm actually doing it for the last time, but to get make sure I have the full experience. And if I said no to myself, that I'm okay with a no. I always live life as if like, hey, yeah, we live here. I'm gonna have a million chances to do this again. Like, no worries. But in actuality, no. Like, you'll never know when will be your last time doing something. And imagine if it's something you really, really love. Imagine like a sport, an activity that you really like, or a store that you really like a bookstore you really like, and just thinking about it as if it's gonna be the last time you do it. You're gonna make sure that you experience that thing more fully. And I rarely do that. I always go, oh yeah, we'll do this next time. Oh, the next time we come here, we'll do this. And often in my life, I've experienced situations where there really wasn't a next time. and you can't shake but feel like you can't help but feel like you haven't experienced that thing you wanted to experience fully. Now, granted, you can't always do that. Like sometimes there's just not enough time of the day. But so don't take that literally. But the moral is here is that experience something as fully as you can. And I'm not telling you guys this. I'm just speaking out loud so I can remind myself to do this. I'm not presuming to teach anybody anything here. But I figured just watching me draw here would be a little bit boring. I can't do this face this small. I'm sorry. Like, I'm trying to fit the entire figure on this page, but I don't usually draw this small. Like, just to give you an idea, like my face is this big, so I can't really come in and try to detail this small. It's really hard. Man, I skipped a page. I always do that. Yeah, so I'm always drawing super, super big. So it's a little hard for me again to, but we'll make it work. We want to fit the entire figures here, so we'll make it work. Looks a little cross-eyed here, but. And if you want to look up this, I think it's called No Swimming, Norman Rockwell. I don't know if it has an actual title, but I just love the piece. There we go. I'm gonna caricaturize it a little bit. I just gonna give him one big ear and one small ear, just for the fun of it. So we're not just copying. We're just drop in a shadow a little darker. I feel like I'm shaking this whole table. It's not sturdy enough. Anyway, but let me know if that makes sense. Like just what I was just saying, just living more fully. And if you have examples of times where you've experienced that yourself, like wishing that have you ever traveled somewhere, or maybe stuff around your own town, like maybe you've always lived somewhere and you thought, yeah, I'll go to that place, it's always here, I mean, why rush? And then you ended up leaving town or something. I don't know, I move around a lot. For the past 13 years, I haven't stayed one place more than like 5 years. So I've already lived in, four different places now, and circled back to where I was when I was younger, made a full circle. But anyway, so like I've experienced that a lot myself. Maybe it's not a universal experience. Maybe others. Maybe it is true that for some people things are always there. I don't know. But even like disregarding that in general, just looking at it from the perspective of having an immersed full experience, experiencing something fully and being truly in the moment, as if you're doing it for the last time, which I think honestly how everybody should be approaching life in general. Like, you don't know when you're leaving this life. Everything you're doing, you should be doing as if you're doing it the last time. For me, at least, I want to try doing that and see what kind of experiences I get. And if you get to do it again, even better. Dun, 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 dun. Never forget your buttons and buttonholes and all that stuff that make it look like you know what you're doing. Sugar, sugar, shoo doo 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 doo. So this kid here is running away from. There's a sign right here that says no it's all wood. There's pieces of wood coming out. And he has a friend right here who's also running. A little chubby friend. One hand coming right here and so let's hone in on this guy's face. He's got his mouth shut really tight because he's running and booking it. See, if this was digital, I would have squeezed his head a little smaller because his head just came out a lot bigger than his friends here. But I'm not here looking to adjust stuff, honestly. It is ridiculous though how much bigger this guy's head is compared to compared to his friend. But this is what makes this channel charming, isn't it? All the mistakes I don't edit out. I feel like I don't correct a lot of stuff because I know not a lot of people watch this. But then I wonder if I put more effort into this, if more people would watch this. So I'm not going to continue doing this because this guy's way too big. And then he has another friend here whose face is kind of cut off. Right? I don't know, maybe I should draw this for real. And the other friend has his hand. Yeah. I lost all motivation after that guy got too big. Ugh. And then down here we have the dog who's running away. With the ears pulled way back because we're running. And the tongue sticking out and the collar. And the legs all coming forward because we're running. And the paws. Anyway, it's something like that. Only this is halfway smaller. I don't know, if you guys want to see it for real though, let me know and I'll re-record this with proper proportions. Oh man. Well, that's a sign. That is a sign. So So I'm gonna hop off right now. But I'll catch you guys next time.